Alright, welcome everybody. This is another edition of RCW Relentless as we have a women's triple threat match kicking off the show today. We have Sky Outlaw coming out here first, and now she will be in a match with Kari, the Dream Champion, the RCW Dream Champion, as well as Aliza. So that is a triple threat match for that title at RCW Reclaim in Las Vegas. So I have some news regarding the future of RCW on Glimish on this platform. I had sent out a tweet yesterday, and occasionally, I use Twitter, but I usually don't use it like a lot of other typical streamers use it. I use it for going live tweets and stuff, and I also use it for chatting with wrestlers and stuff, and that's primarily what I use it for, to make connections within the wrestling industry. As Mario Rogue comes out here, but I sent out a tweet. I might have thrown a little bit of shade towards Twitch a little bit, and even though that wasn't my intention, some people might think that I threw shade over Twitch, but because I tagged Twitch in the tweet. But I said since leaving Twitch, I basically said that as a streamer, as a content creator, I felt a lot more, I guess, encouraged or free, in the sense that, I'm free to do whatever I want. I'm free to do, what I want without, having to worry about something happening. I've seen so many people on Twitch or on Twitter and across platforms talk about Twitch and what Twitch has turned into, the hot tub streams and stuff like that, and it's really, really hard to make something of yourself as a content creator on a platform that doesn't have the proper tools to do that. And I know that Glimish is very new still. It's still a very new platform. It's not big by any means yet. But when you look at a place like Twitch, where it's been around for a very long time, it was Justin TV, I think it was the name of it before Twitch and Amazon. I feel like ever since Amazon bought Twitch and Amazon his own Twitch, that it's only gone downhill from there. And I feel like once big companies, it's kind of like what happened with Mixer. It started out as Beam, and then Mixer came out because Microsoft bought it, and then ever since Microsoft bought it, it went down the shitter. Microsoft, the Thunder Rosa is the last entrant here in the triple threat match. But yeah, I sent out a tweet, and I was actually having a conversation with Paco, one of the community managers of Glimish, and it's kind of funny because I was talking about him last time in the stream. I was talking about him last time, and I was talking about some of the stuff that he had mentioned in the I think it was the GCT talks or whatever it was, little talk show that they had, where they had a couple of the main people of Glimish talking about the future of the platform and talking about what they want out of the platform and how they want streamers to feel on their platform and stuff like that. All of that good stuff. And it's funny because I was having a conversation with him, and I appreciate the compliment. I mean, that's kind of how I took it. Where I forget what he said, like word for word. I think it's on Much Better somewhere. But he had said that I could be the pioneer for the wrestling community over here on Glimish. Like, I could be the one to be the guy that gets people to carry over to Glimish and have make the wrestling community have its own place here on Glimmage. You know, and I feel like even in a place like Twitch, where it's still not a very saturated game, like, if I go on Twitch on any given day, there's probably a good 10 to 20 people streaming it. And when you look at, you know, Call of Duty, there's hundreds of people streaming Call of Duty, especially with the new Call of Duty that came out today, Vanguard. So there's so many people, you know, streaming Call of Duty or your more popular games, whereas wrestling, it's never been one of those games that people like first look at when they stream. So, you know, to have him say that like really means a lot, because I know he's a big guy of Glimmage, and you know, to have him, you know, kind of say that is really, really dope, and I think that really does mean a lot, to even be considered as that. And like I said in that tweet, my primary goal was to be the wrestling guy on Glimmage, and I am that. You know, it was to be a place where people can come and enjoy wrestling content, even those who aren't a wrestling fan. Because I've had, and this is not to toot my own horn by any means, because I hate doing that, but at the same time, you know, I have to give myself credit. You gotta pat yourself on the back sometimes. But I've had even non-wrestling fans find some enjoyment out of this somehow. You know, fans that used to watch wrestling 20 years ago, you know, find enjoyment in my content, or people that have stopped watching it altogether for whatever reason still find enjoyment in my content, and that's pretty damn cool. You know, I have to say that. It's pretty damn cool here, you know. There's a Hades call locked in here on Sky Outlaw. But Sky Outlaw easily gets out of that. So, what does the future hold for RCW over here on Glimmage? Well, you know, I think it'll just prosper, honestly. I mean, I can't predict what Glimmage is going to be like within the next coming months or within the next year or so or whatever. But regardless of where the platform is, RCW is going to be one and the same, and is going to be, you know, just growing even bigger than it ever has. The sky's the limit driver and a kick out of two from Marielle. But an armbar here. Armbar. Thunder Rosa tried to break it up, but couldn't the first time around. Spine buster right to Thunder Rosa. This is only starting it off. We have Malakai Black in the main event in No Holds Barred. Malakai Black trying to avenge his loss over John Moxley. There's a spine buster there from Thunder Rosa right onto Sky, and a kick out at one there. Mario Rogue with the Shining Wizard right onto Thunder Rosa. She hit that real quick. 1, 2, and Thunder Rosa with a kick out of 2. No weapons have been utilized in this triple threat match. No disqualifications, no countouts under triple threat rules. How things work. 1, 2. Marielle kicks out at 2.5. We have our first weapon being brought in by Sky Outlaw. The Outlaw weapon of choice, the steel chair. It's Thunder Rosa. It's hit right in the face of that steel chair. Now I'm going right after Marielle with a shot right to the back of the head. Well, I thought we got rid of unprotected chair shots, as they say, but I think RCW's on a little different rules. Pin combination there. But Marielle is able to stop that quick. Sky Outlaw getting planted there by Thunder Rosa. We're going to get a second look at this one. And there's Marielle, 1, 2. Oh, no, not even 2 count. Able to get the 1 count off. Oh, looking for Hades call. Hades call here. Hades call on the Thunder Rosa. And she's going to tap, and Marielle's going to win it. Sky was down from the maneuver from Thunder Rosa. And Marielle took advantage and locked in the Hades call on the Thunder Rosa. And Marielle gets the victory in the triple threat. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily as we go over to the break screen. That's right, Savannah Williams coming to the RCW Women's Division sooner than later. As we have Love Machine, Buddy Loverboy, and Percy Hancock coming out here in this Tornado Tag match. Now, under the Relentless umbrella, no normal matches are allowed on this show. It's kind of like an ECW version of RCW, if that makes any sense. For those of you that are familiar with it. Like I said, these guys are very different than the rest of our tag team division. They got a 70s or 60s to 70s disco vibe to them, and that's why I love these guys. They're gonna have to face a huge challenge here. In Annihilation, Nathan Stone and Elijah Stone, the Stone Bros. Annihilation. And no pun intended. They have annihilated the tag division. Now, one thing they haven't is Rhyme and Reason. You know, Rhyme and Reason, Jacob Rhyme and Caleb Reason, they are the reigning RCW tag champs. And we've had a lot of overhauls here in RCW, in not only when we started Relentless and Daybreak, but you know, ever since we started the regular show back in 2018, August 21st, 2018 is when we first started this journey, and ever since then, you know, we've definitely gone through a lot of revamps and a lot of rebrands and a bunch of different things. As we have the King of the Ring tournament and the Queen of the Ring tournament coming up soon. In the second half of season 11, as this tornado tag match gets underway. Under tornado tag rules, all 4 men can be in the ring simultaneously. There doesn't need to be any tag whatsoever. Also, no disqualifications and no countouts as well under the tornado tag rules umbrella. Gut wrench powerbomb there to Buddy Loverboy, and Percy Hancock's going for a ride, running power slam right there into a pin. Rope break, that shouldn't exist here under tornado tag rules, but you know, sometimes our referee messes up a little bit. We've had a couple of mishaps over the years. Those quick kicks. Oh, right there. Good kick to the side of the head, but it seems that Elijah Stone has just shrugged it off. It's going to take a lot to take these guys down. Rope break again, but there shouldn't be a rope break here under tornado tag rules, but it is what it is. Well, there's no way someone like Buddy Loverboy is going to be able to lift up Elijah Stone unless it's a miracle, as an Irish whip to the outside. Elijah Stone going on top, and this can't be good for Buddy Loverboy right here. He's a little bit dazed, though, but he moved out of the way just in time. Backstabber right there to Elijah Stone as Percy Hancock continues to work over on the Nathan Stone. And now we are seeing the first weapon here. A chair right to Elijah Stone right there. Going right after the legs of Elijah Stone. But somehow, what? How is that a disqualification? Wait, it's tornado tag rules. It's tornado tag rules. How is that a disqualification? Wait a minute. Nope. Referee messed up there. Referee messed up. Give us a second here. This is not how it should be. We're going to do this properly. There should be no disqualifications under tornado tag rules. We're going to need to take a short break. Be right back. Okay, folks, we are back. We had to force this match as a restart here due to the mess up by the referee. We are still back. RCW Tornado Tag rules made sure. We have the right ones here. This match is restarted during the break. Buddy Loverboy going out of here right onto Elijah Stone. Oh, the little booty shake there. Oh, and pushing him back with the... seemed what looked to be like almost like a reverse drop kick there. Oh, and the enziguri right to Nathan Stone. Now going right after Elijah Stone to help out his partner. There it is, a zigzag right onto Elijah Stone. Now Nathan Stone trying to battle back, but a backstabber right there. That was very odd. The abrupt end to this tornado tag match. I'm not sure exactly what it was. If Percy Hancock had tapped out or something, it appeared to be like a disqualification of some sort. I don't really necessarily know what it was. But there are no disqualifications under tornado rules. All of a sudden we saw the referee look at Buddy Loverboy using the chair and he called for the bell. It shouldn't have happened. Nathan Stone being taken care of there by Buddy Loverboy with the chair. Percy Hancock with the elbow right to the midsection of Elijah Stone and a kick, but that didn't even stun him at all. Zigzag there from Percy Hancock. Now throwing the chair right in shades of RVD right to the face of Nathan Stone. Elijah Stone now trying to lift up Percy Hancock. Backstabber right there. Nathan Stone taking over Percy. But a reversal there. Missed with the punch. Fireman's carry. Reversal. To the midsection. Now just tossing Elijah Stone around. Somebody that's the size of Buddy Loverboy, you wouldn't think that he'd be able to toss Elijah Stone around, but maybe it's the adrenaline going. You know what they say, when you get that boost of strength, fight or flight response, the Hancock right there. On a Nathan Stone, a little bit of a low blow, but it's completely legal. Oh, is Nathan Stone drawing that line? Percy, though, firing back. Same thing with Elijah Stone. Elijah Stone drawing the line now. Looking to do something special here. Oh, the cross body taking all the air out of Buddy Loverboy. And a cross body there from Nathan Stone. Someone dropped right there from Elijah Stone right onto Buddy Loverboy. Referee got to mess around here to get the win, and a kick out at 2.5 from Buddy Loverboy. A Love Machine, courtesy of Young Sin, we were able to get some contract negotiations to work out as Elijah Stone looking for the Stonewall, but Buddy Loverboy knew exactly what was coming, and a kick right to the back of the head. I don't think he even got right to the back of the head of Elijah Stone there, but it connected nonetheless, but a headbutt there from Elijah Stone. Oh, gonna go for the win! And Percy Hancock with the kick out. Samoan drop again from Elijah Stone right onto Buddy Loverboy. But Buddy Loverboy getting up to his feet. Oh, the low blow! The low blow! Right onto Nathan Stone. 1, 2, 3! And Percy Hancock of Buddy Loverboy. And the Love Machine get a victory off of the low blow. You saw it. Percy Hancock went low. and got it, victory. Questionable at the least. This match had to be restarted. Due to a technicality by the ref. And these guys are pumped as they continue their momentum in the RCW Tag Team Division. Love Machine get the victory here. But don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily as we go over to the break screen. Alright, folks, we have your next match. It is a tables match, a women's tables match. We have Jordan Williams, the baller, coming out here. Now, Jordan Williams, a former WNBA star with the New York Liberty, with her sister Savannah, and unfortunately for them, they were unable to capture a WNBA championship 2 years before RCW. So that took place 2 years before RCW. So that's the past, and this is the present. What's up, Drexel Cat? Good to see you in here. I know that you were on my Twitter, or Paco's Twitter, whoever happened to, because I know that he retweeted whatever I tweeted yesterday. As the baller Jordan Williams comes out here, like I mentioned, former WNBA star with the New York Liberty with her sister Savannah. They were dominant. She was a former WNBA MVP, Rookie of the Year, too, as well. Her highest points in her career were 62 points in one game. As Maya Blackwell comes out here. Now she will be in a match with Luna Outlaw at RCW Reclaim in Las Vegas for the RCW Women's Championship. We also have a King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament coming up. So basically that tournament, it will not only crown a King and Queen of the Ring, but the winner of that tournament will not only call themselves King and Queen, but also they will earn a title opportunity of their choosing. Whatever title they decide they want to go after, they can. The Maya Blackwell, whoops, paused it, didn't mean to. Maya Blackwell and Jordan Williams in this tables match. The only way to win is to put your opponent right through the table. That's why we have tables at ringside. Now, Maya Blackwell, this is kind of just a momentum swing. For her right here. Because she's able to beat Jordan. You know, that's definitely going to help her going into her match in Las Vegas at RCW Reclaim for the women's title. So, but for Jordan, you know, she already has momentum on her side, getting a win over, I believe it was Charlotte Flair. You know, so she's got quite the resume. I mean, her father, Ric Flair, as well, 16-time world champion. And I believe Charlotte Flair is a 13-time world champion. So, you know, that's quite the resume you got. And her sister Savannah is going to be joining her in the squared circle. So, you know, it was Jordan that was taught the ways of basketball by Savannah. Because Savannah was in the WNBA before Jordan was. And they played college ball in college in Michigan. Unfortunately, were undrafted, but they were undrafted free agents out of Michigan. And it was Savannah that influenced the coach of the New York Liberty to sign Jordan. And they had quite the chemistry in the WNBA. And I know that we've had a couple streams where we've done the WNBA. In my WNBA, that mode in NBA 2K22, we played a couple of games there, and we played through that little backstory. I wish I recorded some of that, but I decided not to, because that was just it was a little fun project. It was a little fun, cool little project. Created a little bit of personality to Jordan and Savannah. Savannah obviously getting the Buckets nickname because of the amount of threes that she would hit from the three-point line. Jordan getting the nickname Baller because she could absolutely do almost anything, except dunk, that is. But in the WNBA, the women don't dunk that typically anyways, because they're so short, you know. Can't hit the rim. Very rarely are women ever dunking in basketball. It just isn't a common thing. And in fact, Jordan was jealous of Savannah because Savannah could dunk. Even though that Savannah is only 5 inches taller as Jordan's gonna go through the table very quickly from Amaya Blackwell. That didn't take too long. And Amaya Blackwell, you may not like her. I sure as hell don't. But you have to respect her in the sense that she is gonna possibly be the next women's champion. So Luna Outlaw has to have her head on a swivel. As Amaya Blackwell getting the quick victory over Jordan as the table is shattered. And Jordan lays there shattered at ringside. But don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your main event right away. No holds barred, Malakai Black, as he looks to avenge his loss over Jon Moxley. Thanks to the Series X fast loading times, we are here with your main event. No holds barred. Malakai Black is coming out here. Now, Malakai had returned at RCW Asylum. Or I believe it was RCW Asylum, or I think it was after. I believe it was after RCW Asylum in attacking Bryan Danielson with a black mass. And has since aligned himself with Chris Danger and his faction, Menace. And we're going to hear from Brian Outlaw next week on RCW about that, because I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lot to say about that. as Malakai Black ascends from the depths. Let me tell you, this man is something else. We wonder if his opponent, Tyler Rage, will be a victim and be put in the House of Black. It only takes one black mass roundhouse kick, and it might be lights out. As Tyler Rage comes out here, the former RCW Ravage champion, winning it over Edge, a Hall of Famer. And there's Tyler Rage. Now he's looking at his next chapter in his career after losing the Ravage Championship, which will be defended next week on RCW. Jack Outlaw, the current champion. There's Tyler Rage. Malakai Black and Tyler Rage, no holds barred, here we go. And Malakai is already going to the outside. The boos rain down from Malakai Black. Crowd not really liking Malakai or Tyler Rage here. These guys aren't very well liked by the crowd. But that's the thing. They don't care about it. They don't care. They're not doing this to be well liked. I have been having fun. I have. I've been here since launch. I've been here since it launched. I didn't get a chance to stream when it actually launched on launch day. I didn't get my stream key until the day after. But I've been here since launch. I've moved, back and forth between Twitch and Glimish. I moved to Twitch for a little bit when I was having issues with Glimish. And then once I got all of that situated, and once they kind of got the site a little bit more stable, I moved back. And ever since, I've never regretted it, to be honest. I've been a content creator for a good 12 years. I'm 22, to paint a picture for you guys. Actually, no, longer than that. Not 12 years, 14 years. I was 10 years old. When I created my first YouTube channel, but I also was like 8 or 9 making videos too. So, and it was nothing like what I do today either. Nothing. I as a kid, I wasn't really into, many of your, typical TV shows. I was into SpongeBob and all that, like all the other kids were, but, I wasn't into all the stuff that other kids were into. And so most of the content that I watched as a kid was YouTube. So it's Tyler Rage getting ready for the Hysteria pile driver, but Malakai Black turns it around. Standing switch there from Tyler Rage. A couple of suplexes here, full Nelson. And another one there from Tyler Rage. The power on display. No holds barred here. No rules, no disqualifications here. And Malakai Black with a punch right to the midsection. Pop-up knee strike there to create some space. And then, I think it was 2017, 2018. It wasn't until I started RCW back in 2018, August 21st, 2018, when I had started to take streaming a lot more seriously. And then I was like, well, you know what? I said, I don't find much enjoyment in anything else. Like, I have the new Call of Duty. I bought the new Call of Duty. I pre-ordered it. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I've only played zombies so far. I haven't played multiplayer or anything because I'm not good. So if I can't be good at something within like a few hours of playing it, then, or if I can't, get the gist of it within a few hours of playing it, then I probably won't play the game at all too much. Or I probably will stay away from that mode or whatever. And I've always been a zombies guy in Call of Duty. I was never, the try-hard multiplayer type guy. So, there's a hysteria pile driver right to Malakai Black. 1, 2, landed right on his head, and Malakai Black with a kick out of 2.5. And so I was in college for music. A little bit of background on me. I was in college for music when I started RCW, and I was in college for music recording because I made music, and I still do occasionally. But now I just make music for custom wrestlers that I make in WWE 2K. I don't really dabble in making music that much anymore. But I always watch wrestling every day when I would come home from classes in my dorm, and I always thought, well, I can't wrestle. Like, I'm not gonna be able to due to a brain injury. I can't wrestle. I can't. So I can't take bumps. I can't, and trust me, I have taken bumps before in the ring. I have, just to see what it feels like. I've taken, chest chops. I've taken, there's stuff that I've taken before, that wrestlers have. But I've never, wrestled an actual match. I would love to, but obviously you can't. So, I always thought, it was either, you were a wrestler or you were nothing, and I understand that there's, like, producers and writers and stuff, but that never really interested me. Like, I wanted to be the one that was performing. I wanted to, I don't care what happens behind the scenes. Like, I want to be the one that's, performing. I want to be the one that's talking to talent and working out stuff with talent and going out there in front of crowds and cutting a promo and having the crowd boo me out of the damn building. Like, that's what I want. I don't want to be the guy that's just writing, because nobody gives a shit about that. Like, nobody ever talked about, the writers. Everybody talks about the performers. People talk about how bad, the storylines are in wrestling nowadays, but they never, say the name of a writer, because they don't care. Like, nobody cares enough to know the writer's name or knows the guy's name, but they know the performers. Like, they know the guys that are performing, they know the managers, they know all that stuff. So, that's what I wanted to be, and I thought, well, I can't be a wrestler, so I can't do anything. And then, after one of my favorite wrestlers retired, Paige, who was a WWE diva for a good 7 years, and she retired at 25 because of neck injury, so she retired very, very early. And they had her be an on-screen authority figure. So there are these, for those who aren't familiar, there are these people that are essentially make the matches. They don't really make the matches. The matches are already scripted and they're already, determined, but they're like another character on the show. They're just as much of a part of the show as the wrestlers are. So she was like the GM, and she would come out during segments, and she'd be like, "No, you're gonna wrestle a match," and I loved how she did it. She's a fantastic performer. Um, I'm lucky enough to call her a friend, because she's streaming on Twitch now. She's been streaming for over a year now. I think about a year and a half now on Twitch, and she calls herself the Queen of Twitch, and I mean, she's a queen straight up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she's a queen straight up. But if you would have told me a few years ago that I'd be like, I wouldn't say buddy, but at least good friends with one of the people that I remember watching on TV, I would have thought you were crazy. But, now she knows who I am now, so it's pretty cool. She's actually made a couple of I actually took some of the stuff from her streams, like, because you can clip stuff obviously on Twitch, and I've taken a couple of stuff like that and clipped a lot of it. Like, there's one sound that I have where, because I asked her, because she was just roasting everybody. There was a thing where she was roasting her chat and, like, just doing jokes and stuff. And I was like, okay, roast me, see what happens. Because I loved when she played as a bad guy, or as the heel, as they say in wrestling terms, the villain. Because she was pretty damn good at being a person that you were supposed to hate. And, like, yes, you're supposed to boo them because they're the villain. Like, nobody likes the villain. They always want the hero to win, But I love a good villain. I love a good villain in a TV show, like Negan from The Walking Dead. I love him because he's an asshole. And he's like one of those villains that's like a sarcastic asshole that'll make like a really terrible dark humor joke, and I like that because that's kind of my humor. I have very, very dark effed up humor, so I kind of that's why I kind of like it. But with Paige's character, with her character, she was kind of like, with her being heel, she was the type of person that kind of like told it like it was. And she was that type of character that, wasn't gonna, because Charlotte Flair, as talented as she is, the only reason why she is where she is because her father is Rick. And I'd hate to say it, but wrestlers that have, second or third generation, like, superstars, like, their moms were wrestlers, or, and I mean, Paige's mom is a wrestler. She still wrestles at, like, 44. She still wrestles. But she's not with WWE. So she was actually the only one in her family to ever make it to WWE. And she was dirt poor before WWE. Like, she was basically like The Rock. Like, she didn't have any money, or didn't have... Plus, she was a foreigner. She's from England, so, that she even had that, so... So I took a lot of inspiration from that, and I made my own character. And I told her that yesterday. I took a lot of, when she was streaming yesterday, that I took a lot of inspiration from her, and that cutting wrestling promos is pretty easy to me now. She's a good friend of mine. And she's very entertaining. Like, not even, now that she's still signed with WWE, but she's not on TV. She's not traveling because of the pandemic and stuff that's going on. But yeah, she's a good friend of mine. I consider her a friend. She considers me a friend, so it's super cool. One of the coolest, strongest women I know, for sure. I mean, she had surgery on her neck, and she's got screws in her neck, and I got screws everywhere. So I totally get it. Her and I kind of bonded off of that. Like, she can't wrestle because of injury, and I can't. So, the elbow strike there. The Malakai 1, 2 to get the win over Malakai, and Malakai still kicks out at 2.5. But now he's got another one charged up and ready to go. And Malakai with a couple of elbows. Both men busted open at this point. No holds barred. No weapons have been utilized. They are just walking weapons in themselves. The roundhouse kick missed. It's Tyler Rage throwing out Malakai Black. The only way to win it is inside the ring, and Tyler Rage knows that as an elbow right to the face of Malakai. Apparently he thinks it's going to be over after that, and a kick out at 1. The referee has messed up a few times, but oh, Tyler Rage again with the elbow. 1, 2, he might have Malakai here, and he does. And right now, Malakai is 0-2. Since joining RCW, Malakai 0-2. Now, I'm not sure exactly why Chris Danger wanted him on Menace. You know, given his track record, he's lost to Moxley. Moxley quickly rolled him up into that paradigm shift and planted him face first. And Tyler Rage, you could say it's 1-1. Now between the Outliers and Menace. Because Chris Danger had beaten Bryan. And now Tyler Rage has beaten Malakai Black. So right now, as it stands, we don't keep records in RCW at all. We don't do that. But we do. We might start doing that for factions. So we might start doing that for factions just for story purposes. But Tyler Rage gets the win over Malakai Black on RCW Relentless.